Do you ever over-order? This year, as is the case every year, we are bursting at the seams of guests and talent here at 50Faces Productions, and we were delighted to produce a bonus series featuring 8 inspiring guests at the end of 2024. We hope you can take some time over the break to listen back to some big themes: neurodivergence in the workforce, system change, moonshots and deep dives, all delivered in our trademark bite-sized chunks. We hear from an asset management president who started out in fashion and used that to put the client at the heart of everything she does.
I really thought I'd be in the fashion industry. And the irony is, I say to people, that was the best path to get me into the investment world, because the similarity of the fashion industry and the investment industry are very similar. And people always say, what are you talking? How is that possible? And it really all comes down to forecasting the future.
We hear from a stewardship expert who pursued his moonshot.
I had my own kind of amateur moonshot, if you like, but I didn't have any idea what I was doing. So you kind of just point your little rocket at the moon and hope you get there. And I feel like I somehow ended up on the moon, but I didn't have a plan to return safely. So I'm just going to have to live there now.
We chat with the former CEO of the New Zealand Super Fund about the philosophy that guided him towards a total portfolio approach at the 77 billion New Zealand dollar fund.
We shifted to a reference portfolio approach that would later become termed the total portfolio approach. And that started as a project to sort of bridge the language gap between the public and the private markets team. We initially called it a glossary, it turned into our investment framework and became the basis for how we essentially constructed the fund going forward.
We hold a deep discussion with an expert on system change, on the challenge and opportunity that it presents.
I saw that system change was probably about 80% of the solution to sustainability, and at that time getting about 0% of the attention.
And hear from an economist who translates the volatility of markets into a professional context.
I would just probably emphasize is that stability today never means stability tomorrow. And I think that's something that is ingrained in me as a result of my experiences within the financial markets after the great financial crisis.
An investment consultant who defied expectations tells us how he forged a stellar career.
When I went on interviews back then, the biggest thought in my mind was, can I get away with people not realizing I have a disability?
And continuing our theme of including disabilities and neurodivergent individuals in the workforce, we chat with the founder of a new website for neurodivergent individuals.
I realized that there is no one place where people could come and share their stories, get mentorship, access to resources, and just feel like they're part of something. Community is really important.
We end with a compelling tale of an allocator who learned how to spot talented investors and is now using her position to fuel their growth.
I was born in Haiti. I came to the United States when I was 4, and I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I come from a family of doctors and nurses who thought that should be my destiny. That is a destiny that I did not want to be a part of. I see possibilities. I'm not a check-the-boxers. I never have been.
So take some time to listen back to these podcasts and all of the 58 podcasts that we recorded in 2024. Send us your comments, feedback, and ideas for new guests. And if you can, please support us on Patreon. Thank you to Apollo, Resolute Investment Management, Alvine Capital, PIMCO, GCM Grosvenor, Nuveen, JP Morgan Chase, 91, Eagle Point, Ruffer, With Intelligence, and Longview Productions, and all of our supporters who supported our work over the course of 2024. See you in 2025.